Hey, what's up guys? XrosM is here again, and I'm coming at you today with another video. Today I'm showing off my empowered Pendulum deck. And before we start, I'd like to say that Happy New Year to all of you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful year full of joy, and let's hope 2015 is also full of surprises. I do apologize about the lack of content for a couple of months, but you can rest assured that XrosM will not be going away anytime soon. So anyway, here I was facing a Satellar Knight deck, and I'm not gonna spoil what will happen. You guys definitely have to see what will happen right now. Since I'm using my Pendulum Empowered deck, like I don't even know how to explain it. You guys just see it for yourself. Yep, Pendulum summoning everything I had in my hand. I return his monster to his hand, and then boom, OTK, FTK using my Pendulum Empowered deck. That was just amazing, so much fun, if you can call that fun. And here I was facing against a Shaddoll deck. It was a very interesting duel. And I gotta say that it's very interesting how you can mix Shaddolls in a lot of different decks, in different combination, different archetypes. But the thing is, I don't really like my decks to be combined with other archetypes. When I'm creating one archetype, let's say for example, Roids, if I'm creating a Roid deck, I want my Roid deck to be able to be strong enough to handle itself alone. Like, I don't want to mix other archetypes in it, because by doing that, I feel like I'm kind of weakening the ability of the archetype itself. So that's why I don't really mix archetypes so much. But if the deck was really weak and it couldn't handle itself alone, well, I guess help is really necessary. So here he destroys my Pendulum monster, and I gotta say, Dragon Horn Hunter is a great card in this deck. Sadly, I can't really show you the picture of it over here for some reason. Anyway, he did have Denko Seka, which an odd card to have over here. I don't know why he did it. I don't know. Maybe he knows better than me. What do I know over here? He goes for Dark Arm Dragon, and then at this point I thought I was about to lose because I almost lost everything. But I didn't give up because I did have that Raigeki in my hand. I was so happy that I had Raigeki. So I was like, it's cool. I'm staying in this duel forever. I'm not giving up. Not yet. I believe in the heart of the cards. So it's my turn here. I don't know what I'm gonna draw. And I drew Aether, the Empowering Dragon. He's an amazing card. His artwork is relatively nice. I do like the gold shining armor he has. Oh, I don't know, I like dragons. Who doesn't like dragons? Come on. And here I obviously, as you can see, OTK him. Similar to the last duel, which I FTK'd the guy. I had similar monsters on the field. And here I was facing a Clifford's deck, and it's such a hard name to actually pronounce it. I'm just gonna call them Quills if that's okay. So I was facing a Quill deck. He obviously goes for this huge play that all Quill deck does. Quill decks do. Sorry. Anyway, so I started off really good. The thing is, I made a horrible mistake when I was making this deck. I had the Red Sparrow Summoner in my deck without noticing that I have no target for this card. So this card was just chilling in my deck for no reason. When it got destroyed, I thought it was a glitch that I didn't get the effect. And then after checking my deck, I realized that I made a horrible mistake. So I took her out, added some better cards. And you can see I'm relatively okay. I had some good cards in my hand. I wasn't really worried. I haven't fought against Quills before, but actually I think that was my second time because I haven't been playing in such a long time. And he has the towers in his hand, however you say that. But I wasn't really worried because I knew what I was exactly doing. So I was like, bring it on. I don't care what you bring. I'm gonna destroy it. He had Dimensional Prison over here. And I was going defensive side. Well, the thing is, I wanted my Blue Dragon Summoner to be destroyed. When he's destroyed, The strategy is you can add one of your Pendulum monsters to your hand. That's not his exact effect. You have to read his effect to understand what I'm trying to say here. So I added my Flash Knight. Now my scale works between 3 and 7, meaning I can summon level 4, 5, and 6. Which is basically just perfect for me right now. I set the Pendulum scale, Pendulum summon, and there it is. I use my Aether's effect, and he obviously gave up in here because you can basically see who will win the duel right here. And here I was facing Cyber Dragons, and I gotta say I do have to update my Cyber Dragon deck. There's a lot of cards I need to change, and I will make sure I'll make it 10 times stronger than what it was before. Just make sure you do tell me, because I don't want to upload deck profiles that people are not interested in. So if you're interested in Cyber Dragons, please tell me in the comments below. And it's really interesting how he has Cyber Dragon Svei in his deck. Cyber Dragon Svei is pretty good, but I don't really consider putting him in my Cyber Dragon deck. I will only put him if I'm really focusing on the Fusion Cyber Dragon deck, because he can, by his effect, be considered as a Cyber Dragon. So I Pendulum Summon. The thing is, I only have one Foucault's Cannon in my deck. I only have one of them because his Pendulum effect is, if he's activated in the Pendulum Zone, at the end of the turn, you can actually destroy one face-up spell or trap card, which is really helpful sometimes. So I only have one of them. He's my scale 2, and for my lowest scale second Pendulum monster, I have Dragon Horn Hunter. So 2 Dragon Horn Hunters and 1 Foucault's Cannon. That pretty much wraps up my low scale Pendulum monsters. Excuse me, I have a cold. So I got my Blue Dragon Summoner. I keep wanting to read the name right here, but I'm actually reading it from here because that's the official English name. And dang, he has Overlord Fusion. He goes for that Chimera Tech Overdragon, and dang, it's such a badass card. He can attack millions of times. The good thing is that the Dragon Horn Hunter's effect doesn't allow me to get any damage by normal monsters when they battle, so that's really good. And he did actually misplay in some places, he did tell me so, and these 3 monsters are like friends, you always see them on the board. And I guess I beat him over here? Maybe, or maybe not, I don't know. I'm silly like that. Oh yeah, I did actually beat him. And here I was facing against a Battery Man deck, and I totally forgot that Snatch Steal got unbanned. Man, I forgot about that, and I didn't put it in this build. But I do have it in my side deck. If you want to put it in your deck, you can. You can put it in your Pendulum Empowered. It will actually make you even 10 times stronger, for all I know. It will. Anyway, well, he just does the Battery Man things. I don't know, I've never played Battery Man before, but I did hear this is actually a new card, and it's a great card in Battery Man decks. You want to always destroy Arnis, the Empowered Warrior. It's always good for her to be destroyed, and then you can summon the Blue Dragon Summoner, so you can add a Pendulum monster. A normal monster. That's his effect. And Summoner's Art is also a pretty good card to add some of your Pendulum monsters. And Flash Knight and Dragon Horn Hunter, also with Foucault's Cannon, are not the only Pendulum monsters I have. There's another Dinosaur Pendulum monster I have, which his name is a little hard to say, so I'm not gonna say it. I don't know, Lancephorhynchus. That's how we say it. I believe so. I didn't understand what he was doing. Like, I didn't know to be afraid or not. He kept summoning monsters. I didn't know what to feel. And by the way, cards, the Batteryman Fuel Cell is actually one of the censored cards, if you have seen my all Yu-Gi-Oh censored cards. Destroyed Pendulum monster and attacked me. Ouch, took quite a chunk of damage over there. Instant fusion. Panzer Dragon. He's so adorable. Look at him. He made a horrible mistake is destroying my Dragon Horn Hunter. If he destroyed my Flash Knight, I would have lost the duel. but he didn't, and yeah, that was his demise, or doom, or whatever you call it. Man, having Utopia Beyond, or Beyond the Hope, as some of you may know it as, helped me a lot. Like, this card is amazing in this deck. It always helps you for quick OTKs. He goes defensive side, but sadly he didn't know that I did have Gaia, the Thunder Charger. And you can pretty much tell what will happen next. Here we are, this is my last Duel Replay, and I was facing an Assault Mode deck, and that was a very interesting duel over here. The thing is, when I started, I was just setting my cards and I didn't do it. He didn't know what I was playing at first. And after he found out what I was playing, since I was playing you can technically say this is like a normal monster pendulum deck, but it's actually an empowered normal monster pendulum deck. He told me that I was copying my deck from the internet. The thing is, me and the Primal Tachyon actually came up with this deck long before the cards were even out, officially in the English version. So the thing is, we actually invented the empowered pendulum deck. And then I told him, man, I was playing this deck before it was cool. But he didn't say anything to me. And then since after he told me that I copied my deck from the internet, he told me, GG, I win. Even though the duel hasn't even finished yet, we just started. But when he said that, GG, I win, I became so mad. I was like, no way I'm losing this duel to such a cocky person. I don't care what it is, I will win this duel. I was like, no matter what I draw, heart of the cards, guide me. So I guess you guys will see the outcome soon enough. Maybe you can guess if I won or I lost. Who knows? Here I got an MST. It wasn't really the best draw for me right now, but what can I say? Yeah, I actually destroyed Vanity's Emptiness. I did it on purpose. I hope. I totally know what I'm doing, okay? Don't judge me. I'm just kidding, you guys. It goes for Stardust, and it was a good thing that I destroyed his face down because it was Assault Mode Activate. And dang, the guy on Assault Mode Activate looks awesome. Like that's how I think I look like when I'm dueling. And sometimes it's quite the opposite of what I think. Not funny jokes are not funny. I go for honor, and end my turn since I couldn't attack. It would have been great if I could though. It was so close. I was like, no, he has Gagaga Cowboy. He'll summon it and he's gonna kill me. I was so afraid here. I was like, no, Gagaga Cowboy. I need a great draw, but I got my Arnis. Man, I forgot these names really fast. I forget them, not forgot them. Fast. So the duel is intense. 800 life points versus 1000 life points. Who will win? To be continued in the next episode of XrosM. And he just lost hope and he just attacked my monster and lost the game. If he only had Honest, he would have maybe won. And here, guys, I was facing a Herald of Perfection deck. I did skip the duel to the amazing part. So I had one Dark Hole, all of my monsters were destroyed, and one more attack I would have lost. So I was like, come on, I need something that destroys monsters, because I knew he had a fairy in his hand. But I really was thinking that he had another spell card in his deck, and not another fairy. So I was like, come on, give me something that destroys. Believed in the heart of the cards. And then I got a Raigeki. That's just insane. Dark Hole and Raigeki at the same time. Sadly, he negated both of them. But the guy was actually pretty nice. He was a good support, and he did say nice try. And I ended my turn, and you can pretty much guess what happened. Lost the game. Alright guys, this is the deck profile, and I'm not going to go over the cards because if you're using Duel Network, I have actually put the names for all of the cards down in the description, so you can go check that out. And for all of you that use DevPro, there will be a download link for this deck in the description below. And I can give you some extra tips for this deck. The reason I have Flash Fusion in this deck is because sometimes you have two normal Pendulum monsters on your field, and then when you attack, you quickly need a fusion monster, so you can go for First of the Dragons, fusing any of your normal monster Pendulums, and they can go on top of your extra deck, which is great when you fuse them. And I think DevPro hasn't updated that yet. One other thing you always want to do is to always set a Blue Dragon Summoner or the Arnis the Empowered Warrior, because if she's destroyed, she can summon the Blue Dragon Summoner, and if he's destroyed, you can add one Dragon Warrior or a Spellcaster type normal monster from your deck. So that's basically saying Flash Knight, Foucault's Cannon, or Dragon Hunter. You can add any of these three guys. And you can also add this guy, which I can't say his name, with Summoner's Art, or add Flash Knight with Reinforcement of the Army. So basically, there's a lot of searchers in this deck. You can also add Snatch Steal to steal your opponent monster and quickly go for an OTK using your Pendulum summoning. Or you can basically do a lot of things. The cards that I put in the side deck over here are not actual cards to help you. They're just here to give you ideas. So you just look at these cards and you might get a bright idea, or you just make your own stuff. Alright guys, thanks all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy New Year to all of you guys, and I'll see you in the next video as always.